No one is more excited for Apple Intelligence than Apple. Every product launch is just another opportunity to talk about it. They just announced these incredible M4 chips inside the iMac, the Mac Mini, and the MacBook Pros, but they spent more time talking about the Apple Intelligence features than the actual performance of the chips they're announcing.
So that's the new iMac with Apple Intelligence.
So that's the incredibly mighty new Mac Mini with the amazing features of Apple Intelligence.
It's amazing what users can do with the new MacBook Pro and Apple Intelligence.
Personally, I'm not even that interested in the new AI features. I just want new Siri. I don't care about image generation. I don't want it to write for me. I just want an assistant that'll actually work. At WWDC, Apple made it clear that Apple Intelligence would be rolling out through 2024 into 2025. But since then, it's been this slow drip feed of features that might be Apple's messiest launch of all time. It's not ready, it's still being worked on, but Apple has to sell you their new M4 Macs, so...
Apple Intelligence is available today.
Since WWDC, Apple's messaging has gotten confusing. Since the features are actually starting to come out, the available now stuff and the coming soon stuff is all getting mixed together. So if you buy a device today, it's kind of hard to know what you're getting. The main marketing push for the iPhone 16 was Apple Intelligence, and I think if you bought it for that, you're probably disappointed. Or maybe you're very patient. And you might say it's not confusing. Apple laid everything out at WWDC. But for the average consumer walking into their local AT&T, seeing the big poster that says, "Hello, Apple Intelligence," they're gonna expect that it's ready out of the box. Apple says you should buy the iPhone 16 because of Apple Intelligence. So you buy the iPhone 16, you don't get it yet. But like I said, I'm most interested in Siri. Apparently Siri 2.0 will be rolling out in iOS 18.3 and 18.4. I cannot find anywhere where Apple actually said this, but a million articles say it's the case, so I'm gonna assume this was a credible leak. Regardless, if it's coming later, why did they rebrand it with iOS 18.1? We got the new logo, we got the new effect, it's glow time. But we don't have any of the actual features of Siri 2.0. That is with two exceptions. And I don't think it's a crazy statement to say that Siri doesn't have an awesome reputation overall. This was the perfect chance to revamp Siri's image, but as it stands, new Siri is just old Siri dressed up to make it look like Apple Intelligence is ready. The glow is supposed to mean that Apple Intelligence is happening. Why does this version glow? Why does it glow then? And the new look only shows up on devices that are compatible with Apple Intelligence. Is it just to remind you that it's coming? I guess it looks good in the commercials. Buy an iPhone 16 for an all-new animation, but no actual features. That is a lie. There are two actual features that have launched so far. One, Siri will now answer questions about your devices. So if you have a question on how to resize text or how to do a certain thing on your iPhone or your Mac, it'll be able to answer those questions that you could have just Googled. And it's more capable of natural conversation where you can say, do this. Oh, no, actually do this. This works some of the time. And this suggests that Siri might actually be contextually aware. It might actually understand what you're saying. No. Same old Siri. But don't worry, the good stuff is coming. Please buy a new Mac. As a general rule, don't buy things because of what a company says they will be in the future. All that really matters is what is available now. You're giving them money for a product they think they can make. Do you remember the AirPower charging mat?
It's a mat that you place your iPhone 8 or iPhone 10 down, and it just starts to charge.
Apple was never able to get the technology to work, even though they'd already announced it. And they quietly killed it off. You see it a lot in the gaming industry. Products that are released before they're ready, full of bugs, and you can still pre-order them. You could still buy them at launch knowing they're going to patch it. It'll get fixed eventually. Don't reward companies for selling you an unfinished product. And I think Apple's a lot better than this. Apple usually sits back while all these features come to Android. How can we take this feature that was already released months ago, years ago, but make it better? That's what Apple's good at. That's what Apple's known for. So what is this? The answer is their stockholders demand it. The industry has this insane arms race to try and stuff AI into every single product possible because AI has to be on the box. iPhones are old news. Computers are old news. It's AI time, baby. Why not hold off until they could release all of Apple Intelligence at once? Keep everything locked behind the beta for enthusiasts to play with, enjoy, write articles, make videos, all that stuff. But for the general public, hit them with one huge punch of Apple Intelligence. Make the official release for the average consumer exciting. I think this was a no-win scenario for Apple. Their AI team wasn't ready, but the iPhone 16 still had to be launched. They could downplay the marketing based on features that aren't here yet, but stockholders want to hear that Apple is competitive in a market flooded with AI products. The only thing that Apple could have done is worked faster, done better. There's no easy way out, but I don't think this was the way. So what have I been talking about? Apple's enthusiasm for AI is through the roof, but they need to dial in their approach if they want customers to also be excited. AI fatigue is very real. They're not helping. Hopefully by the time they're done rolling out every feature, we'll have a Siri and Apple Intelligence ecosystem that lives up to the hype. Until then, we can only wait for Apple to catch up to its own promises.